Step right up. Lights on, mics hot. Where outlaws talk loud and kings don't whisper. Welcome to Cowboys and Kings. Yeah. Cowboys and Kings. Yeah. Boots on the floor. Yeah, we're kicking it live. Crown in the room, you can feel that vibe. From the panels to the pixels, every story gets told. If it's hot in the culture, then we breaking the mold. From the cinema to the comic books, we put the games on blast. The beats will get wild, yeah, they never go past. We call it how it is, no in between. Turn it up, let the speakers swing. Got the crew pulling up, let them all step in. Every guest got a voice, the comments in chat will fly. Step up and be a king. When the mics go live, hear the Cowboys sing. Cowboys and Kings. Yeah, we run this show from the page to the stage to the screens, you know. Hot takes it with a rebel swing. It's a Cowboys grit and a King's gold ring. Cowboys and Kings. Let the whole world hear as we break it all down, keeping it loud and clear. Bring more than talk when y'all step in the ring. When you come to the battle royale, you better bring your thing. Welcome to the show, Cowboys and Kings. Yeah, King style, clean with the sharp cut look. The feline of finesse, the Jaguar dripping luxury, bow tie tight like a best-selling book. Calm in the storm, buddy, bring that fire. Every word hits clean. You know we gonna take it higher, gather y'all to the King's Court. Yeah, with stories untold. Grab your armor, grip your sword, represent the kingdom with pride. Cowboy Dan got that outlaw tone, rough edge truth and a voice well known. He's a head trapped in the jar, jokes and memes will set you free. Bruh, that perspective hit differently. The saloon serves them hard, the door swings wide. Outlaw stream, a six-gun dreamer. Saddle up, let's ride. Laughs get loud and the takes get bold. Hard truths get dropped, some myths get sold. Spin that topic, let opinions clash. Some burn slow, some strike like a match. No script needed when the sparks ignite. Just real talk, living in the spotlight. Cowboys and Kings. Yeah, we run this show from the page to the stage to the screens, you know. Hot takes hit with a rebel swing. It's a Cowboys grit and a King's gold ring. Cowboys and Kings. Let the whole world hear. We break it all down, keeping it loud and clear. Bring more than talk when y'all step in the ring. When you come to the battle royale, you better bring your thing. Welcome to the show, Cowboys and Kings. Lights get low, but the combo stays bright. Every fandom got a reason to fight. Heroes, villains, lines get thin. Sometimes the truth is where the gray walks in. Yeah. Panel to panel, yeah, we flip that page. From retro classics to the modern age. Reboots, remakes, who got it right? Who dropped the ball in that box? Office fight, bruh. We call it straight, no filter here. From low budget gems to the blockbuster tier. One got the crown, one breaking the rules. Both dropping gems while we schooling fools. From comics to streams, yeah, we cover the field. Every hot take sharp like a blade unsealed. I guess step up to the mic that bring heat, that bring flames. They tell you a story when they step in the frame. Cowboys and Kings. Yeah, we run this show from the page to the stage to the screens, you know. Hot takes hit with a rebel swing. Under a Cowboys hat and a King's jewel crown, we gonna run this town. Cowboys and Kings. Yeah, we run this show from the page to the stage to the screens, you know. Hot takes hit with a rebel swing. It's a Cowboys grit and a King's gold ring. Cowboys and Kings. Pull up a seat, join the conversation. Next round's on us. Cowboys and Kings.
Hey, howdy, hey, boys and girls. KJCowboyDan here with King and the gang. Hey, King, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, partner. What's going on?
Oh, yeah. Feeling like a king today? Are you?
Absolutely. Are you feeling like a cowboy today?
Well, I'm feeling a little rowdy. I'm feeling like bashing on some horrible movie adaptations and maybe praising a couple good ones.
Yeah, I do too as well.
Oh, I got to show you guys something. All right. So King's already seen it backstage, but chat, check this out. You guys got to check this out. Check out what I made for King. I don't know, but that's kind of fire.
Time to step into the ring.
It's time to step in the ring. Gonna fight with the king. Oh, so I want to introduce you to guys, everybody. King, you already know Miss Scooby Pup. Miss Scooby Pup, how you doing? How you doing?
Okay, been busy.
Oh,
Of course.
got something big in store for everybody?
Just my usual podcast. Been busy all week working on the thumbnails for it and all that beautiful stuff. Only to be very tired and then just want to crash.
What's the topic going to be for podcast this week?
Very similar to this, actually. Tomorrow it's going to be games and the movie adaptations, or not just movie adaptations, but movie and TV.
Oh, movie and TV. Well, we might end up covering some TV, particularly when they like. I guess they kind of go hand in hand to a certain degree. I guess
Particular this particular episode was inspired by Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah, that was I think one of the things that got King and I talking about this as well was Mortal Kombat. So, do you have a favorite Mortal Kombat movie, or just the games? I know it's a hard question. We also got the one and only TCG dude. TCG.
Give me a sleeve.
Hey, TCG dude.
You know, you could have used the bark, the little thing that I made as an intro.
Oh, wait. I should have asked. Hold on a second. Hey, is it all right if I show that real quick?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Either
yeah.
one doesn't matter.
Yeah, hey, I'm gonna show that off real quick. Hey, you guys gotta check this out. So, stay away from Scooby when she's gaming. Just so you know, she gets a little dangerous.
Fuck, I died again, you piece of shit game! This controller is trash! Eat shit! You fucking monitor break already! Hate this than everything!
This actually happened. For those people who were there, you know that actually happened. Unfortunately, the monitor still needs to get replaced. So make sure you go and support her there.
I have one where I not only break the controller in half, I throw the monitor against the wall, and then I take the PS5 and I start bashing it against the desk where it starts to break into pieces.
Oh man,
That one's my favorite one.
can't
Poor
destroy.
little PS5.
So, TCG dude, how you been? How you been?
I've been all right, brother man. Honestly, it's springtime here, and it's been a long winter, so I'm really enjoying the sun. I actually did some sunbathing on the front deck yesterday. Oh wow! Now I get it. Now I need to get myself some sunscreen and a bikini, and I'll be like the rest of y'all. Okay.
Great. Now I got a picture of a mental image of you in a banana hammock and holding magic cards.
Oh yes, yes. That's
Very
the
attractive,
ideal.
Oh man, is it possible to sunbathe where you're at? I mean,
Yeah. Actually, I saw a headline recently. One of the northernmost towns here in Alaska just hit their pretty much endless daylight period, to where the sun will dip right below the horizon, but it'll still be like sunset amount of light out, and then it'll come back in a few hours. So it's pretty much daytime for the next 3 months up north.
I would hate that, especially when it's like nighttime for 3 months. I'd be, like, screw you guys, I ain't waking up.
That is that's very much like me. My mom should be like, "Hey, time to wake up. Get out of my room."
Oh, I don't sleep very well, but when I do sleep, it's like 8 hours of just like, I'm sorry, but nothing's waking this bear.
8 hours? I'm sorry. There's no such thing as 8 hours for me. It's either 12 or beyond.
I wish.
There was one
And
time I slept into the next day.
in some cases, some people sleep for 4 or 6 hours. You know, it's not really enough.
Yeah.
It's not enough.
No. And there's King there. He's like, fuck you guys. Talking about sleeping.
Is probably like if you could do 8 hours, 6 hours if you don't have enough time, if you have to rush to get up early in the morning. It is what it is.
Oh, yeah. If I have to get up early in the morning, I don't go to sleep. I'm like, screw it. We're doing it all nighter.
I get scared on Friday nights.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because since I love to sleep in so much, I always have this fear of, well, this happened once already. I've almost missed podcast. I almost slept through it.
Oh, man.
I woke up, it was 3, no, it wasn't 3, it was like 4 o'clock. And the show starts at 5.
That's
So-
Eastern for those people who are
Yes,
on the West Coast.
everything. I'm East Coast, so the show. I had woken up at 4 p.m. Eastern. The show was starting in an hour, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And I had to get in there as fast as I could, get everything set up. Oh my god!
TCG dude probably like,
since
that's a
then-
lunchtime watch for me.
And then,
Yeah,
and
just
since
about.
then- yeah, and since then I'm afraid to fall asleep on Fridays.
Oh, man. Yeah, there's a reason why I stream at night.
I don't have that luxury.
Yeah, if I did the daytime streams, I probably wouldn't hit go live at all.
I mean, my barcades, those are normally at night when I remember to have them and when I am able to have them. And of course, the rough views are those are probably when I do have those. It's quite interesting because it's the guest that it's catered to. Like the guest says, well, I want to do it on this day. I want to do it at this time. So I'll comply to it. But yeah, it's scheduling is very different for
I
me.
hate scheduling, man. Yeah, I hate scheduling.
Getting
Oh yeah, time zones suck, man.
streamers. Yeah, and I'm a live streamer, so content does not come freely for me. So it's mainly live streaming that you'll get from me. So
I envy those people
Whenever
like
I do a
TCG
show,
dude
I
who
have to
take
have
time
that.
to edit. TCG dude, when he uploads, he does edited videos.
yeah,
I do. I try to, even if it's just some pricings for box break stuff. You know, I like Magic the Gathering. I appreciate Pokemon, but I'm not well invested into that space. But yeah, definitely got to do a little bit of the edits. You know, personally, I used to, as far as like late nights and whatnot. If I don't go to bed by like 11, I'll get a second and third wind and find myself playing Call of Duty at 3 a.m. So like I have to hard stop at about 11.
He doesn't play Call of Duty Zombies. He is one of the zombies in Call of Duty at 3 a.m.
Just about right.
But you know who's not zombies at 3 a.m.? Chat. Let's say hi to chat. We got FKHC. How you doing? Ooh, Miss Sparkles is in chat. Hey, Miss Sparkles, how you doing? How you doing? Thanks for joining us. And the one and only Finn. Finn, hey, what's up? we're just hanging out for a bit. We're going to be talking about some good, bad, ugly movie adaptations. What's your favorite movie adaptation, chat? Feel free to let us know during the evening. DJ Play Nice wanting to remind y'all that it's a good time to share out the show and send to a friend. Maybe post and bump your YouTube channel in the community tab. Yeah. Do that, please. Yes. Absolutely. So today we're talking about movie adaptations. King, take it away.
Well, there's the good, and then there's the bad, and then there's the outright ugly movies that, in some cases that they shall not be named. Catwoman.
Catwoman.
I don't even know if it's bad or outright ugly, but it's
Don't even mention it.
It's so atrocious that DC can't even mention it themselves. When they did that thing on Crisis Infinite Earth in the CW, or even in the Flashpoint movie that they did, or The Flash as it was called, they didn't even bring back Halle Berry as Catwoman / Selena Kyle.
They should they
didn't.
should have done it. They had all those references to every other DC hero. They even had the Nick Cage Superman that never made it to film.
Good.
Yeah, the one where the giant spider or the giant polar bears that John Peters talked about. Like, oh, well, why don't we have a giant polar bears fight Superman or a giant spider? It's like, why?
Yeah. Finn, we're going to be talking about movie adaptations for games, manga, comic books, anything that made it to a full-length feature or a television
video
series,
games,
but
even.
particularly movies, turned into movies. Yeah. Do you have a favorite movie adaptation?
I'm gonna say this. I like the movie. For starters, Wanted, the movie Wanted. I actually like that movie. It may not be the best adaptation in the world, but I think it's better than the comic counterpart. So it's a plus. If a movie adaptation could do equal, if not better, then that's something in my book. And I could be 100% wrong on that front.
Hey, as long as they stay true to the lore, right?
Yeah, but then you have a mass situation, with Jim Carrey, where the lore was too gory and violent that they had to tone it down a little bit, and it actually made it better to a degree, because it's like, how can you market a rated R comic book horror movie in the early 90s, right? To mid 90s, because that movie came out in 94, almost 95.
McFarlane did with Spawn.
Yeah, but Spawn was PG-13 though. The movie adaptation, the cartoon,
And it was a little campy.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like the cartoon, the HBO cartoon series was the best adaptation when it came to Spawn, because the movie wasn't that good. It just, they toned it down just for the sake of wanting more viewers to watch it. AKA kids and families. So
I feel like the clown from Spawn almost did a better job acting than Spawn.
Well, Michael Jai White, I like Michael Jai White, but he's not, when it comes to certain parts, he's not the best actor.
When it comes to being campy, John Leguizamo is the best.
Yeah, fun fact. Did you know the pizza that he ate with maggots, that he actually did that for real? That's not.
Oh, that's super cool, man. That's baller. That's like
he ate it, and then when the camera cut, he threw up. So yeah,
I bet.
I would.
Yeah, he was dedicated way too much to the role, if you ask me.
Method acting to the extreme.
Yeah.
Finn says in chat, he says, "Screw you guys, I'm going back to bed."
Well, here's the thing. One of my favorite adaptations. Go ahead.
Did we lose you? No. Oh, go. You go ahead. Continue. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Is that me going off?
Oh no,
I'm sorry.
I think I keep on losing King. He's
Oh no.
One of my favorite film adaptations from a comic point of view is the very first Deadpool movie.
Oh yeah. I actually like the Deadpool movies, even though
I did not like the second. I did not like the third, but I liked the first.
Yeah, I feel like he had like a little bit of free reign in the first movie, and then like they're like, you know what, we're pulling it away from you, and it really affected how things were.
So what happened is the director for the sequel, they changed directors, and even though they were bringing in Domino and stuff, the girl who they hired to play Domino, she was like, because she wanted to wear, if anybody has seen Domino, you would know that she is completely, totally, utterly white, save for this black patch over her eye, hence the name Domino. Instead, they bring in a black woman and put over a barely visible white patch drawn over her eye. Or should I say painted. And she said, when I was hired to do the role, I asked to put on the white body paint because the lady was a fan of Domino and wanted to be dressed like Domino. And the new director said, no, we want representation.
Yeah.
And that killed it right there because Domino is one of my favorite characters in the comic books. And he just fucking killed her. They murder her. So yeah, and then the third one I just didn't like because it had
Didn't
no
Domino
story.
wasn't Domino? Didn't she actually survive? Or did I remember?
No,
that?
I'm saying like the way that they made her.
Oh yeah. They yeah.
Because I mean, if people don't believe that's what she looked like, dude, she has a twin brother who looks exactly like her.
A lot of folks in the magic space feel similar about April O'Neil from Ninja Turtles.
Oh,
yeah. It's
ability-wise,
odd when they do that.
Yeah, ability-wise, she brings luck. Her brother, on the other hand, he brings destruction.
Yeah, I remember that now. That I forgot that she had a brother in the comics.
It was a long lost brother.
Oh, man, it was a long awaited due for Deadpool, especially since the way they did Dirty in that Wolverine Origins movie. Whew.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They did him dirty in that Wolverine Origins movie. I hope King pops back in. He's probably having some internet issues.
It's funny though that they reference it in the first movie.
Yeah, it is.
He's packing up his stuff and he goes, oh, my most prized possession. And you see a wallet and then you see the little figurine of how they did him dirty. You see the quote, you see the Wade Wilson and his is going right towards what figurine. Instead, he picks up the purse and goes, my purse.
And I like the way they kind of referenced it in the second movie too, with Cable, him getting the time travel watch.
And I also liked how they referenced Green Lantern.
Oh yeah, it was a horrible movie, but I loved it. It was a horrible movie, but I loved it. Oh man.
The one thing about Domino, the one thing I liked about Domino is she was just like Deadpool. She was experimented. She was an experiment. Her and her brother, they were both experiments.
Yeah, they were all part of the similar programs that made the Weapon X program. And
yes, she was considered a failure because in her case, her and her brother, they were born They were born experiments. And she wasn't born the way that they wanted her to, so they abandoned her at a church. Her brother was born just the way they wanted him to be, and they kept him. They look exactly the same. They were basically twins. Not basically, they are twins. But you know, but the first one the first Deadpool movie will always be my favorite. The second one was just they did Domino dirty, and the third one it didn't have any story.
They did all of X-Force dirty in that movie, to be honest with you. You know.
Yeah, and in Deadpool 3, Deadpool and Wolverine, that one it had no story. It was just nothing but
It was a
cameos.
fan grab. It was a fan grab. The same thing with the Spider-Man.
And John Cena as Gambit. Oh my god, come on. I wanted to throw my drink and my popcorn at the screen. I was like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I was pissed.
Yeah. That whole the whole situation with what they did with that entire pretty much the X-Men, the mutant titles all around. Like while like I grew up on the 1999 X-Men stuff, you know, so that trilogy right there I really enjoyed. And while a lot of people didn't like the fact that they weren't wearing comic accurate costumes, I didn't mind that. Knowing what I knew about not being able to have access to characters, so they had to do their best with certain aspects of that trilogy. When they did the prequel movies and they decided to rewrite how certain characters, I just I'm like, screw it.
When they had Evan Peters as God damn, I forget his character's name. Silver something or other. Anyways, he's really
Quicksilver?
fast.
You mean
Huh?
Oh yeah, Quicksilver.
Quicksilver, thank you.
Yeah.
When they had Evan Peters as Quicksilver, he was my favorite version of Quicksilver, not the MCU version. I liked his version. I liked the Fox version.
Yeah, I like that version of Quicksilver too. The MCU did him dirty too with that Agatha, not Agatha, the other one, Vision.
WandaVision?
Yeah, WandaVision. They did him dirty for that, you know.
Well, they did Doctor Strange dirty because they did a Doctor Strange 2 movie and it's actually a WandaVision movie.
Right.
Doctor
Yeah.
Strange 2 Multiverse of Madness was a shit movie.
It
Yeah.
was Scarlet Witch movie. It was literally Scarlet Witch the movie. They knew if they would have made a Scarlet Witch movie, or it said Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch or whatever,
Nobody asked for
nobody would have
the
watched it.
character.
Yeah.
Nobody asked for the character that they brought in. Nobody asked for her.
Right.
Nobody asked for America Chavez. Nobody gave a damn about her.
No, it was one of those characters that was a failed character when Marvel tried doing her in the comic books. But Disney's Marvel has been pulling out these failed characters. They didn't want to do Captain Marvel the right way, so because Captain Marvel was originally a dude that had space cancer.
Hold on. There's actually been multiple Captain Marvels.
Yeah.
One was a female, one was a male, and then you had another female, and then you had another male. So there's been multiple.
Yeah, but we're talking about the original Captain Marvel, known now as Shazam, not the
No,
ones.
not that Captain Marvel. No, I'm talking about the one that the Captain Marvel from the Marvel.
The Marvel.
Yeah, I was referring to the one that I grew up on in the 90s. That was like he died of space cancer, and then she takes over for him when she was Miss Marvel, no longer Miss Marvel. No, actually, sorry, Photon took over for him in the comic books. Photon took over for him.
So I'm not trying to backtrack too hard, but
Yeah.
You mentioned the Deadpool 3, and I think it might have been a misspeak of John Cena. It's actually Channing Tatum that did
That's
Gambit,
right,
and
thank you.
I can't not hear "My name is Jeff" during the whole thing.
Yeah, that was
it's weird
You gotta
though.
admit though, they both would have pulled on. I mean, Channing Tatum pulled a shit version of it, and you gotta admit, even if they had used John Cena, he would have been an even shittier version.
If they did a biopic of John Cena's life, Channing Tatum would be perfect to play John Cena. If they can't have John Cena himself play him,
They
because
couldn't
John's
find
like, why don't I
somebody who
play him? I'm an
they
actor. It's like,
couldn't find somebody who actually had. I mean, there are dozens of actors out there from Louisiana that could pull off the accent as well.
well, you know
They
why
couldn't
picked
hire one of
Channing-
them.
You know why they picked Channing Tatum? Because originally in the Fox X-Men verse, he was originally he auditioned and he was hired to be Gambit. What happened was something happened behind the scenes where at the last minute they said, no, we don't want Gambit in the movie or Channing Tatum, so they fired Channing Tatum. He was the original choice.
Yeah.
And they got rid of him. I don't agree with that. Like in X-Men Origins Wolverine, that was supposed to be Channing Tatum as Gambit.
You know who
Interesting.
You know who you were thinking of when you said John Cena? You were thinking about Pacemaker from the Suicide Squad.
Peacemaker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He did play that role, huh?
You were thinking of Peacemaker from Suicide Squad, and also, like. I don't know. I wasn't too thrilled with that setup either. They kept on just like screwing over Suicide Squad. I read the comic books for that, and I really liked the Suicide Squad. And then I'm like, nah. They even did better in the anime cartoon series. What was that? Isekai Suicide Squad anime. Do you ever see that one? It was an anime.
I seen it. It was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I know that Disney's taking over. Since Disney took over Fox's X-Men and stuff, they're remaking all the X-Men movies.
Yeah, they're gonna go with a whole new reboot, or at least their version of a reboot. From what I've read, they're going to be using the possibility of a battle world scenario, and going to do like what they did in the comic books, where they took part of the 616, part of the Ultimate Universe, and go, okay, Secret Wars 3, that's what concept, and then they're going to just like battle world, and then all of a sudden that's the new world. I think that's what I read.
Yeah.
Either way, they're gonna fuck it up.
Yeah, probably.
Here's my thing. Nothing against the older cast from the 99/2000s X-Men movies. I'm like, they were awesome, but they're too old.
It was also almost 20 years ago. I mean,
it's almost 30, dude. Holy shit.
Hey, stop saying that number out loud. I do not recognize that number.
They are bringing back one person. One person they are bringing back is Rebecca Romijn.
Yeah, she's gonna come back. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a good point though, King, because I was just thinking to myself while y'all were conversing, who's gonna play as Professor X and Magneto? Like the rest of the cast could be passable, but those two are getting up there.
They're too old. They are too old. The others are old. They are ancient. Like, nothing against Patrick Stewart and oh my god, what's
supposedly,
excuse me, Sir Patrick Stewart now.
Sir Patrick Stewart.
So supposedly they're using the Patrick Stewart now and the Magneto from the prequels.
They're gonna have both Magnetos and both Patrick Stewarts, from what I read.
Ian McKellen, right? Ian McKellen. That's Magneto.
Yeah,
right?
They're gonna have also.
He's 90.
But okay, so what? From what I read is because Ian McKellen is supposed to be in the next movie. His name was in the on the chairs, so he's going to be in it. Also, Patrick Stewart is, and also like they're going to be bringing in the prequel. The prequel characters as actors as well. So if
You
you
know what they're gonna
acknowledge them
have
as
to
different
do?
universes or not,
KJ, you know what they're gonna have to do? They're gonna have to basically dub over Ian McKellen and Sir Patrick Stewart's voice, because they're gonna sound like really, really old. So they're
yeah.
gonna have to use AI slash like CG, the type of technology is like a deep fake for the audio. They're gonna have to doctor their voice to make them sound younger.
Well, maybe.
A little bit, a little younger. Like like they don't have that
Maybe.
like gravelly sound.
Maybe. We'll see
Voice.
how they do it. I think they're probably going to do some audio effects anyway. They obviously did some audio effects on Patrick Stewart with
With Picard,
with,
yeah.
when, well, no, I was going to say with the Multiverse of Madness.
Oh yeah, they definitely did, because if you hear him talk now,
Yeah.
he like and I like Patrick. I like Sir Patrick Stewart. I like him, right? He was great in Star Trek, right? He was awesome. Oh my god,
Yeah.
it's like one of the best Star Trek sequels. He was awesome in that. And then you have other things, that.
Yeah.
I mean, we live in a day and age where AI does a lot of heavy lifting. I haven't seen it personally, but apparently there is a movie featuring Val Kilmer posthumously.
Yeah.
He passed like last year or something. Maybe it was early this year. And the movie was in production, but they've used AI to like fulfill a lot of his role there. So I'm sure it's possible. I don't know how well it would be received.
From what I understand, the AI rotoscoped over another actor for that, so it's not like full AI, but they're using it as a CG assistant tool for that movie. Is from what I
That makes
understand.
sense. Okay.
So it's going to be part rotoscoped. Real quick here, I want to acknowledge chat. We got Finn who suggests that the weird Pac-Man movie called Pixel is a good honorable mention for.
It is.
I wouldn't necessarily say it's directly related or direct
Yeah, it's not a Pac-Man
adaptation
movie per
but-
se. It's not.
Yeah, that's the Sandler movie, right? Part of the Sandler verse.
Yeah.
Aliens invade Earth in the form of video games.
I actually watched it the other day.
was
Has
supposed to
what's
be
his
a
name from
Galaga.
King of Queens?
It probably was supposed to be a Galaga / Pac-Man movie, and probably for legal reasons, or they didn't think it was good enough, they kept passing.
They
it
pulled out
and
all the
forward.
Atari characters, just like Disney did with Wreck-It Ralph. It was pretty much
but
yeah.
Pac-Man and Galaga, that's Namco. That's not
Yeah.
Atari. That's what I'm saying.
but they were on Atari systems. They even
they
had
were, but I'm saying like
reference to
maybe
Missile Command.
maybe they couldn't exactly get the rights to the full game, only their likeness per se. It's kind of like
Yeah.
a similar situation with Mrs. Pac-Man. Whenever Pac-Man has a love interest now, it's Miss Pac-Man or Lady Pac-Man or something else. They can't use it
Pronoun
because of-
Pac-Man.
Well, maybe, but apparently
Excuse me, it's Pac person now. Pac
yes,
person.
Pac. Yeah, we just call it Pac, like Pat. That's an else.
Oh goodness. Another great movie. It's Pat.
No,
What
it
was it?
did.
What was the name of the company that was owned? NetherRealm game, originally known as Mortal Kombat. What was their?
Oh, that's a great question. But they
was the
did
company?
the Mortal Kombat game.
They own the
Yeah.
rights to the to Mrs. Pac-Man.
Was that Midway?
Midway, yeah, Midway Games. Midway Games had when they modified the original Pac-Man to create Mrs. Pac-Man, and that's technically the first mod / hack in a video game that made money. By the way,
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that.
So much, in fact, that the Miss Pac-Man levels were almost the same, very much almost the same. They ended up having just added more levels, and the same with Baby Pac-Man or Pac-Man Junior or something like that, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Now, they did, and here's one for Scooby to remember, since we're talking about Pac-Man, since you're going to be talking about adaptations in television. Pac-Man had a cartoon series.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, it
Oh,
had
wow.
multiple.
I'll be
actually.
right back, folks.
It had
Carry
a,
on.
It had a streaming service / an app TV show.
It had
Actually.
one a long time ago as well.
Back
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the
it did, but I'm
late
saying,
80s
like, the
and
recent one,
early 90s.
The one in the 2010s, which is
Oh, I didn't
voiced
see
by the
that one.
voice actress of Goon from the 2011 Hunter x Hunter series.
Okay.
That's the only
I've
reason why
watched
I
Hunter
even
x Hunter.
remember that. What was her name? I'll look it up.
But Finn, that's a good honorable mention, I think, because they did adapt a couple of them, and I think they even made a couple of references in what was the movie with not Player One, but not Ready Player One, but what was the other one? It was Disney Fox had Ryan Reynolds, and he's an NPC.
I know which one you mean.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of that movie right offhand. But it was like right when
voice actress for Pac-Man.
Free Guy.
Free Guy. Yeah, I'm sorry. You keep cutting out, King. I didn't hear you.
Erica Mendez was the voice actor for Pac-Man for the 2010 series.
Ah,
That was the streaming service. The app.
what streaming service was it on? Gonna have to go and check that one out. I didn't see it.
I don't remember. It was like I remember it. It was weird. Like the fact that it wasn't even on TV, it was on Netflix or
Right.
I'll look into it.
I definitely have to check it out. Yeah, we'll have to check it out because I mean, I'm not sure if anybody knows this, but back in high school, I actually worked for Namco Arcades. Cabinet gaming all the way. That's my thing. DJ Play Nice suggests the Journey to the Center of the Earth movies. He's had a soft spot for the 1959 version of the movie of the 1864 Jules Verne novel. Which inspired Land of the Lost and quite a few other movies and TV shows.
I just found out it was on Disney XD.
Disney XD figures.
And
Figures, okay.
Another channel, Wild Brain TV, which I don't even know what Wild Brain TV is.
I'm not familiar with that one either.
Yeah, it's probably an obscure children's channel.
So let's get this out of the way. Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Bob Hoskins.
Yep.
John Leguizamo. Dennis Hopper. Probably one of the worst video game adaptations to ever exist.
You see, on my thumbnails for podcast tomorrow, I always have thumbnails, and each thumbnail has just a tad of things that I'm going to carry on it. And on my final thumbnail, Mario Brothers has its own tag, its own thumbnail dedicated to itself. And the title of it is Unforgivable.
Unforgivable indeed.
And underneath, I put a picture of the video game version of Mario, of Luigi and Mario, and then the video game live action Bob Haskins John Leguizamo Mario. And right above it, Super Mario Brothers, and above that, Unforgivable. Great big letters.
Oh, it was the worst movie ever. Oh my god. It made the Super Mario Brothers Super Show look like a masterpiece when they did the live action with Lou, with Captain Lou Albano. Woo!
Are you talking about that the TV show? The
Back
TV
in
show
the
does live
90s?
action. The
Yeah,
live action.
it was a cartoon, and then they had live action bumpers in between the commercials and the cartoon. But
That
yeah,
I didn't mind.
yeah. Oh no, I loved that.
'Cause
You know,
they talk like a Luigi and Mario.
they did. It was great. You know, but yeah, but that Bob Hoskins movie, it was. I still like want my hour and a half back. 'Cause
Yeah, I feel you on that one, man. It was just not well adapted at all. And honestly, like a lot of folks dog on the original Mortal Kombats, but those are like so bad they're good.
Oh, I loved the original Mortal Kombat movies.
Now,
Uh
I loved the first Mortal Kombat movie. It was so close to the lore, so close to the actual game lore. And then Annihilation came out. I would rather have now, I'm not saying I liked Annihilation, but the Sindel that they had for Annihilation, I would rather have her than the Sindel that we got from Mortal Kombat 2 currently.
yeah. Yeah.
That version
hear
of
that.
Annihilation, far better, far superior.
So has the new sequel come out already, or is it just the
Yes.
trailers that I've seen?
No, it's come out, and it's like it did not take long for it to start to go down in theaters.
Oh, really? Huh. I didn't really hear much about it. I saw the trailers, and I'm like, oh, I guess, I mean, I'm
And then you had Miss Bald Activist playing Jade, demanding to play Jade bald because she wanted to bring her own little special touch to it. Yet she's worn wigs several times, loves having hair and shit like that. I'm sorry, no, you just have to go, I want to bring my own special touch. The director could have easily said, you're wearing a wig, bitch, whether you like it or not.
who was in this new Mortal
But
Kombat
no,
movie?
he bent the fucking knee. Ugh.
Yeah,
I thought the first one was bad. I knew the first one was going to be bad, and I knew this as soon as I found out this was going to be that it was going to have a sequel. I was like, this is going to be an even bigger shit show than the first one.
what's her name? Hattie Gabriel or something like that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
She is an activist.
Yeah. And yeah. And she got higher she got higher billing than the guy who played Liu Kang, which I'm like, come on, Liu Kang's like a main character, and she got higher billing than him
because of her celebrity status.
Yeah,
yeah. So I wouldn't say that I have particular problems with the 2021 Mortal Kombat. Like, it's a sweet action movie, doesn't have a lot of depth for the lore, but what throws me off personally is just the recasting of everybody. Now, I get it, it's 20 years removed from the 90s Mortal Kombat movie, but I feel like they could have pulled some strings somehow, got somebody from the old movies. A similar thing happened with me and Star Wars Rogue One. When that came out, I could not just get my mind wrapped around what was happening because I didn't recognize a single face there.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah. A lot of people were kind of thrown off with Rogue One. Fortunately, they did kind of fix it with fix everything with, well, not everything. Forget the uncanny valley effect on the CG'd characters that they threw in there, but the with Andor, they kind of fixed some of the things that you wanted with Rogue One until Andor season 2, when they decided to go, we're going to throw 3 seasons into 8 episodes. It was pretty bad. FKHC says, is anyone going to see the Odyssey? No, please no. Have you heard what they did to the Odyssey?
Yes, and I hate it.
Oh my God. They decided to rewrite. Have you heard this, TCG dude? They rewrote Homer's The Odyssey for a new generation.
But why? It's a classic.
Yeah.
Apparently, what's it? Christopher Nolan. He wants an Oscar. So he's playing the game for the Oscar, and so he rewrote it for the woke generation, and there is nobody who is Greek playing a Greek god or character.
Oh yeah, I saw a headline talking about it's all American accents.
American accents. The background music is going to be hip hop and trap music, and Zeus is a transsexual female.
Okay. I
Yeah.
guess that's definitely a choice. So I'm looking at Christopher Nolan's resume of movies here, and we've got stuff like
Hold on one
Oppenheimer.
second real quick.
Oh,
Hold
go
on
ahead.
one
Go
second
ahead.
real quick. I just want to have everybody take a moment and say hello to Theta of Nerd Archaeology.
Thank you.
Come in and
Beta.
drop
How you
in.
doing?
Today is Doomcock's birthday, so he had a special appearance over there too. So you're a busy day today. We did a stream earlier today,
I
and
was called to be a part of his birthday video, so I made a special video to add to the collection, and I made a special graphic for him that he messaged me privately and publicly. And he was like, "This is an amazing graphic." Something to that effect. Basically it was just this is a basic basically he was just really impressed with the art that I made for him. So
you've been too busy lately. You've been too busy. So
I'm trying, but what have y'all been talking about tonight?
we're talking about
and hi Scooby and TCG. I hope we all are doing well.
Thanks. Welcome to the show, bro.
we're talking about movie adaptations of media and pop
That's
culture.
right.
And we were just talking about Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey, because FKHC says, is anybody going to see The Odyssey?
Fuck no.
If what I'm hearing is true, then no.
Yeah, what you're hearing is absolutely true.
Then fuck no. And it really hurts me because The Odyssey was one of my favorite books growing up. I loved Greek mythology.
I love Greek mythology as well, and I will always and forever stand by my claim, and that is Armand Assante is the best Odysseus.
I agree. I couldn't agree more. And the fact that they're trying to do this is just so. It's like we're living in a completely we're living in idiocracy world.
Well, I'm wanting to hope that because woke is dying,
it's gonna die.
that I'm because it's dying that they're just getting out the movies that they spent budget on. TCG dude, you were looking up Christopher Nolan for us.
Yes.
Well, and Christopher Nolan has made some of my favorite movies too. The Prestige, as a magician, Prestige is one of my favorite films.
It's highly rated over here on IMDb at an 8.5, which is technically higher than The Dark Knight Rises. Now, the original Dark Knight is a 9.1 over here. So I think that whether or not you're personally a Batman fan,
I'm a huge Dark Knight fan and Batman fan. Yes.
Hell yeah. Well, I think it just had such a cultural impact.
Wait, they did Batman after Adam West?
Shut up! Yeah, yeah. No, but in all seriousness, I always wanted one of those head busts where you open it up and you press the button and out slides a pole you can slide down to your bat cave and have all those computers that seemed so advanced at the time, but now we look back and they're just basically printers.
So let's see. What else did he give us? Did he give us anything? Is this going to be like the worst thing that he's given us, or has he given us anything bad before?
No, I see a couple low ones here. Tarantula is the lowest rated one. Transcendence with Johnny Depp. I thought this was interesting.
Yeah. That's right. He did do Transcendence. Yeah.
Yes. That was outside of comics, he actually was the producer for Interstellar, which a lot of people ranted and raved for. Quite a long film.
I remember Interstellar.
Interstellar was great. Inception was another one.
Inception was really good.
Yeah, and Inception, and actually that was back before the transition for Ellen. Back when she was actually an up and comer. I thought that she was going to be one of the greats, actress after Juno. She was an X-Men, and she wasn't the best Kitty Pryde. I'm not going to say that, but she was in some pretty big blockbuster movies, and now look at her. They're trying to bring her back by doing the whole woke thing, but this is not going to work out. It's going to backfire. But Christopher Nolan is a tremendous screenwriter. He knows how to write real characters and how to make films. He's definitely a great idea man.
The thing is, though, is that he's let it get to his head, which when you do that, your writing starts to get sloppy. As do all of your choices. Now, what made the Odyssey miniseries so great was it was well casted, well written, and it did not deviate from the original story in the slightest bit whatsoever. Line for line, bit by bit, scene by scene, it was all aligned to the book. They had the actors, they had the music, they had the writing. You named it, they had it. Nolan has access to all the same stuff, and he has made all the wrong decisions.
Yeah, but he might be forced to.
No, he said that he was in an interview that this is going to be the movie that gets him the Oscar.
No.
Wasn't he the one that did Oppenheimer?
He did Oppenheimer, but I think
he got Best
Oppenheimer
Picture for that.
If he was to get an Oscar for anything, it would have been for Oppenheimer. And if he didn't,
I don't know if he's gonna. I don't know if
he did get it. For
but see,
2024.
If you don't keep getting awards in this industry, you're not worthwhile. Remember, we've had this conversation not too long ago. It was on your show.
This is the movie that's gonna put him in the eye of the fans and think maybe Christopher Nolan isn't the, maybe he lost his touch. It's like he's going to be the next
People
M.
are
Night
already
Shyamalan
making fun of
if
it.
he
Have you
keeps
seen
up
all the
with it.
AI videos of Elliot Page?
Yes, that's my point. Is that he's going to be the next joke. He's going to be the next M. Night Shyamalan. M. Night Shyamalan used to make incredible films with Signs, Unbreakable, Sixth
He did?
Sense. Yeah, in my opinion, I think a lot of the people's opinions, all those movies were bangers. To this day, Unbreakable is still one of my favorite movies. I think that he made a superhero film as realistic as possible for the time. It really was a movie ahead of its time. Signs was great. I still love that to this day. And it was when he started making Lady in the Water, The Village. The Village was really where it started to deviate, where it was
Yeah,
like,
I think
okay,
The Village was when he started to lose his touch, but it was
exactly.
still a good movie. It was just like
Yeah, it was, but
it was
wasn't
hard
what
to
we
understand
expected.
what was going on in The Village.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I
it
mean,
wasn't what we wanted, and it wasn't what we expected from M. Night Shyamalan. And I think that's what this is going to be for Christopher Nolan.
yeah.
This is going to be something where he starts to look like a joke, in my opinion.
If he were to win any Oscar, it would have been via Oppenheimer. And if he didn't get an Oscar for that,
Yes,
he's
he
not
did.
going to get an Oscar
Hey,
for anything in the
TCG dude, do you still have
He did. He got Best Picture.
do you still have that IMDb open?
For Christopher
I
Nolan.
literally
Yeah.
just researched this for my job for my new job.
I was just wondering how many Oscars he's gotten. Maybe IMDb
Oh.
might like say how many Oscars he's won.
Gotcha.
I don't see that section on here with a quick glance. Sorry to fail you there. But he does have like about, 20 movies under his belt. That's kind of a lot, and a good number of them are well regarded. So personally, I can't knock it until you try it, except crack, right?
Okay, so he has two
Christopher
Oscars.
Nolan has won 2 Oscars for Best Director and Best Picture as a producer for Oppenheimer.
Right. So he won only 2.
He won. He received 8 career nominations on his work for Memento, Inception, and Dunkirk. But he won Best Director, I believe. Let's see, what was it for? It was for Best Motion Picture of the Year. That was his producer credit of Oppenheimer. And Best Achievement in Directing. So he directed Oppenheimer. So both of those, he got both of those Oscars that year.
So 2 Oscars for one movie. He's had
In
over
1
20
year.
successful movies. With the rest, I'm going to quote Ricky Bobby on this. If you're not first, you're last.
Exactly.
Nominees don't count. I'm sorry. Pat yourself on the back all you want. You got yourself a participation award for not being nominated at a woke convention. So
I mean, he's won other things. He's won the Visionary Award. He has other Cinematographer Award, Board of Governors Award, Golden Eddie Filmmaker of the Year Award in 2011. I believe that was.
Do people actually pay
for
attention to those ones
Inception.
though? I mean,
No, but I'm just saying he has other awards other than
I get it.
than Oscars. But
Yeah.
those are the big ones, the Oscars.
I suppose that those kind of count. I just like I kind of look at it as
I
like
suppose those kind of count if you want.
When I was a DJ, only award show that ever interrupted, other than the CMAs, interrupted my shows was always the Oscars. Well, we have to wait until the Oscars are over before you get music, So like really, I mean, like. American Idol got higher fanfare than all the other award shows. Just saying.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, and especially
Zing.
after Ricky Gervais had hosted, the Oscars and the Academy Awards kind of became a joke to everybody that watched, except to the people that, like, to the actors and actresses that were there. They still, smell their own farts and everything, but everybody that watches at home, it's just kind of a joke now. I mean, everybody kind of, or at least the majority of people, see through the bull.
Finn acknowledges one of the scariest teeth in movies, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Weird movies, even the lore was accurate. Well, I think the lore was very close to accurate, I suppose.
Yeah. I mean, except for the fact that there were human beings, other than Dr. Robotnik anyway. Yeah, I mean, everything is pretty much down to the letter as far as the games, the game lore.
I'd have to say that the Sonic movies were definitely great video game adaptations. And
Yes.
Having been a 90s kid growing up with Jim Carrey and Ace Ventura and all his other roles, oh my gosh, he embodied Dr. Eggman to the T.
Hey, King, you're back. Everything all right?
Hey, what's up, King? I'm here. How you doing?
The thing is about the Sonic,
and he disappears again. It's always when I say hi that he's like, I'm out of here.
The thing is about the Sonic movies is they made 3 and they should have left it at 3, but now they're making 4. And with each movie that comes in, they bring in more and more of the cartoon character. They bring in more and more of the game characters, which is eventually, if you're going to keep doing that, you might as well just go ahead and flat out made it an animated kids movie.
Yeah.
The
furries are excited about it.
And that's shooting themselves in the foot right there, because they had a good thing going, and now they're bringing in Metal Sonic, which would have been okay, but now they got to bring in Amy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but Amy was nothing but a simp for Sonic.
Oh, yeah. And
he found her highly annoying.
So, I mean, they're going to start. I mean, they're going to bring in every character they can.
Yeah, and by then it's going to be like, why?
It's going to be until the money stops coming in. I mean, because I mean, the answer to your question is the money. I mean, the
money's not going to come though. Come the fourth.
But they don't know that. That's the point, is that if the last 3 movies made money, they're going to keep trying to make money on the next ones. I mean, eventually it's going to stop and they're going to be like, okay, well, we're not going to make another one. But Hollywood doesn't know when to stop. They just know that they made money on the last film and they keep going. Just like with the original Mortal Kombat movie. When they made the sequel, even though there were all those, there was like half the budget that was less than half, I think. It was the smallest amount of money that they spent on a movie. It was awful. And it turned out to be awful.
That was a big problem in the 90s. Was sequels always for some reason in the 90s, and even if it was like a good movie and made money the first time around, half the time production houses never had faith in the movies that they're putting out back in the 90s for the sequels. And like every production house had
or the actors. That's why a lot of them never came back. They had to replace a lot of characters.
So if you're not going to put good money into something, it's not going to succeed. Eventually, before Bob Iger took over Disney, when Michael Eisner was there, and Michael Eisner was going, okay, we're going to do sequels and we're going to do them right. Like Disney had a curse on sequels. If you did a sequel for Disney, it was direct to television. Direct to the Disney Channel, and then Michael Eisner took over, and then sequels all of a sudden were good. But Bob Iger comes in and just screws everything up. It's
he
because
missed his shower.
Yeah, right. You know, I mean, you got to have faith in what you're putting out there. Just because you have a cookie cutter that works, I'm sorry. Don't give me the same cookie and then pop out the chocolate chips and put raisins in there. I notice when it's a shit production. Sorry, pardon my French.
Yeah,
Uh,
I agree.
you know, I mean, I think everybody notices when you cheap out on a film. And just because you have a cookie cutter doesn't mean you have to give me the same movie over and over again.
What's really sad is are movies like Street Fighter, where Raul Julia, that was his, rest in peace. That was his
Raul
last
Julia?
movie. Yeah, Raul Julia. He played in Bison in the original
He
Street
carried
Fighter.
that movie.
Yeah, that's my point. Is that he put that was his or that was one of his favorite roles, and he did it because he wanted his son, I believe, to like. It's the same story with Masters of the Universe and Frank Langella. But he put his all into that movie. Without that performance by Raul Julia as M. Bison, that movie would not be looked at by anybody to this day. But it is because of that, because he put so much love into that role. He put everything into that character. He wanted to make, like, even though it was a bad script and there really wasn't any reason for a tournament or any reason for these characters to get together. And Bison, like that wasn't the lore of Street Fighter, really. It's really sad when you get these movie adaptations where one actor is putting their all into it and everybody else knows that it's just kind of going to be a flop. And I don't know. It's just sad.
It is, but you got to admit, like I still go back to this movie and go, friggin' Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
I mean, they did cast some people very well, like Zangief, the guy who played Zangief, was perfect. Like I couldn't imagine anybody else playing that character. Vega, he was the character that I always played as him in Dalzim.
I liked Vega. He had a nice little reach when you were playing him in the game. He
had those Wolverine. He had that Wolverine claw.
Yeah,
and
he had
that mask to protect his pretty face.
Yeah.
But E Honda, that was another character that they did really well. Balrog, I believe, was originally a bad guy character in the lore, and they made him a good guy character in the movie. But
yeah, they changed that up. One of the things I did like about that Street Fighter movie was that, and I said the exact opposite about the X-Men movies from the 90s, but the costumes were game accurate costumes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they were.
That's the thing about the 90s movies. They weren't afraid to go all the way with the costumes. Like if you take Double Dragon, for instance, that movie right there, when they turned into, like, I know it's completely against like the actual lore of the original games, but when they put their medallions together and they turn into the Double Dragon or whatever, and they get their red and blue costumes, outfits, whatever you want to call it, that's, they weren't afraid to go comic booky and go all the way with it, make it silly, make it cartoony, make it loud in color. But after after Blade, I think everything turned around. I think because Blade made such a big impact in the comic book community as a amazing movie, which it still is. Blade and Blade 2 are both still amazing movies that I can go back and watch. But that darkness, that leather look, and they went with that in the X-Men movies. That's how every movie after that ended up being. They stopped being So,
See, the thing I liked about Double Dragon, I mean, sure, the costumes were game accurate, right? You had the red
Yeah.
and blue gi,
Yeah.
but the thing I liked about Double Dragon is really for an old Nintendo game, the lore was very minimal. They
Yeah.
were able to go into
literally the lore was
it
just
was a
about saving
fun
their girlfriend.
movie. Yeah, no, it was a fun movie.
I forgot which movie it was, but there was a
Which one?
Jackie Chan movie.
The tuxedo.
No, there was this one fight scene in it of him versus another guy, and each guy is switching back and forth to different video game characters.
I don't
And
remember Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan ended up getting turned into Chun-Li and beat the crap out of the guy in the final part of the fight, and then started doing the peace sign and jumping up and down like Chun-Li did.
What? Was it an American movie or was it?
Yes, it was an American. It's an American movie.
Huh.
Let me look.
I have
I'm
to
trying
look.
to think. I pulled up Jackie Chan's biography real quick. Was it a more recent movie or an older one?
It was a much older one.
I'm glad you guys distinguish between American and not, because
Well, yeah.
like
okay.
growing up, I saw Rumble in the
It's
Bronx.
called City Hunter. Jackie Chan hilariously transforms into the
City Hunter.
iconic
Yeah.
character Chung-Li during a fight sequence in the 1993 martial arts action comedy film City Hunter. So this was before Rumble in the Bronx, because I think Rumble in the Bronx was in 1994. So this was a year before that. City Hunter. I've never heard of it. Crazy. During the movie's climax, Chan's character ends up in a surreal brawl where the fighters momentarily transform into characters from Street Fighter video game.
I
Jackie
found a
Chan
clip
sports Chung-Li's
Can you display
signature
it?
hair puffs and hilariously pauses to crouch before performing her famous spinning bird kick. Cool.
I found a clip of it in on YouTube.
Display it.
I have it here too. Go ahead and send it.
Yeah, there's a screen share at the bottom of the screen next to.
Let me get the okay. Copy. Then I have the link.
I never saw, or you can put the link in the private chat too.
Here, I can.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, got it.
Okay, where's the private chat?
I believe it's in the bottom corner. Oh, there we go. Oh, Theta's got it for you right here.
Yeah, I got it. Ready? Oh man, that was amazing.
We gotta have a watch party of that.
I cannot believe I've never heard of that or any that was amazing.
Theta, next movie
Best part
night,
of
if you
today's
can find
show.
it. Yeah.
Well, no. Next movie night, I have something else planned. But
no, but I mean, next time you get a chance, so we gotta find that for a movie night.
That is hilarious. That would be so fun to watch. That was so fun to watch. Thank you, Scooby, for letting us see that.
Indeed.
I cannot believe I've
I
never
would
heard
pay
of that.
money for. I would pay money to sit down and watch something that goofy.
I know, that's the point. That was so funny. City Hunter. Oh wow, I cannot believe that. So, like, I thought that he got famous in America, maybe, and perhaps this was and made in America. I'm not quite. I need to look that up. Was City Hunter?
I think City Hunter was actually a game.
An American movie.
So I just got a text message from King. He is having a little bit of internet issues.
Yes, City Hunter is a game.
No,
that movie
what I was looking up was it an American-made movie? And no, it was a Japanese film released to Netflix, a South Korean TV series that was made off of a Japanese manga.
Yeah,
Oh.
City Hunter. The manga eventually became a video game, and then came out the movie. So yeah, this is one of those game adaptations slash comic adaptations that you would name. What do you know?
That's wild.
Yeah, definitely
crazy.
going on the backlog of movies must watch.
That was such a funny scene. Though.
It's a fighting game.
I love that.
It's a fighting game. To beat 'em up.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I've never seen that before, and back in the 90s, I was like a big time Jackie fan guy. I thought I saw everything.
Yeah, when I
Jackie
saw
fan.
Rumble in the Bronx, I fell in love because I mean it was all about he did his own stunts and like even like in the credits you would see that half the time he had like a cast on his foot because he would break his foot in some of the scenes, and they would literally have to paint his cast like his other shoe in the movie to make it look like there was nothing wrong, and he would be running on it, and it was just he was one of those iconic actors that came from and stuntmen that came
Jackie
from
Chan once
China.
said that he has broken every bone in his body, at least more than once.
Yeah. And I believe that 100%. And it's awesome. I hated the like when they did the readaptation of the Karate Kid where Jackie Chan was Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah.
But I do like the fact that they
made when they released it
one.
overseas, they didn't call it the Karate Kid overseas. They called it the Kung Fu Kid.
Okay.
Yeah. Because they were.
Oh, that's right. Because karate's American. Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Right. So you were talking about Rumble in the Bronx. Do you know what the original name for the sequel was? Rumble in Hong Kong.
Oh, that
the original name for Rumble in Hong Kong was because that was a sequel. The original name was called Policewoman when it was released in Asia. Because of his
so there was a sequel.
Yeah, there was a there was a sequel called Rumble in Hong Kong.
Are you serious?
No,
this is another thing that I'm just now.
There was a sequel to it. Rumble in Hong Kong.
Yeah, you're right.
I was so young when...
but this was way before. This was a 1973 film, not with
the other way around.
Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
So this was the movie that was like the prequel. But yeah, it was named Policewoman.
Yeah, it was originally released as Policewoman, and they released it in the United States as Rumble in Hong Kong.
Yeah. And
so in my experience, Rumble in the Bronx was the very first film that I learned how to dub over it. Because like as a youngster, single digit ages in the early 90s, watching that movie, I thought they were just speaking normal. It wasn't until in my teenage years when I rewatched Rumble in the Bronx that I saw all the dubbing. It's just it cracks me up every time. But it's a classic movie. Like it's actually a good movie, and all the action scenes are there. And Jackie Chan, very legit.
Yeah.
Theta, don't scare King off again. He's skittish.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. It seems that he's not going to be talking though.
They're in spirit. So I was looking at chat and I'm disturbed. Miss Sparkles, back to our Sonic the Hedgehog conversation a few minutes ago. She said, "I would smash Eggman."
Oh God! Of course, Miss Sparkles. You gotta throw something like that in. Well, hey, at least she didn't say anything like a Shadow or something like that. So at least
No,
she's
she's I don't see
humans.
Miss Sparkles hanging out on Rule 34 too often.
Yeah, I don't see her being a furry, but just in case, I'm just glad that it wasn't something like that. So
Let's see what else is going on in chat over here. Since it's been a minute since I looked over at chat, cartoons. Finn says cartoons from the '90s and Sonic from the 2000s was the best, as he remembers it correctly. Sonic was 2000s. Yeah, Sonic was in the 2000s. Yeah, early 2000s. Finn remembers the Beetlejuice cartoon, which counts as an
so
adaptation.
do
yeah.
I. I remember that.
It does count as an adaptation, and from what I understand, I didn't see the new Beetlejuice movie. Did you guys see the new Beetlejuice movie?
no, not all the way
Unfortunately, yes.
through. No,
So allegedly, they make reference to the Beetlejuice cartoons in that movie.
yeah, that's what I've heard as well. Yeah,
They don't like directly like say it's part of the same thing, but they made reference to
It
it.
does, and spoiler alert, Beetlejuice's in the first movie, you remember how he pulls that finger out of his pocket that had the ring on it?
Yes.
His first wife appears.
Oh yeah. I think I remember hearing something like that. That's part of the. That's part of the.
He crashes the wedding.
Yeah.
and the real Ghostbusters obviously is a adaptation of the Ghostbusters.
I like that version.
The real Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
I mean, I like.
'Cause I was a big fan of Slimer. I liked Slimer.
Yeah,
I was a fan of Slimer,
character.
but I didn't like when the show turned to Slimer and the real Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
and it focused all on Slimer.
That
but
was when they were starting to introduce those new
I
characters.
loved how
as well.
dark it was, though. They weren't afraid to go dark in that show, and in the first couple seasons, the writers. I've watched documentaries about this, and the writers, they had some terrifying ghosts and terrifying plots and stories. It was crazy for a kid. That's what I loved about the 80s and 90s. They weren't afraid to treat kids a little bit older than they were, like to prepare them for the real world.
We were a little bit more of a rough and tumble crew of kids in the 90s.
little?
In comparison to what they got now. I mean,
yeah.
The idea.
We were the type that would grab a hose if we were outside and drink out of it.
Oh yeah, exactly.
We there was very little to no soy.
No.
Yeah, we ate snow even when it was yellow.
Well, I can't admit to that because
speak for yourself. I didn't do
I'm
that.
in San Antonio, Texas.
You know, when
we
you
only
get
get
dared,
snow like once every 30 years.
I lived in Oregon long enough to have my friends dare me, double dog dare you to eat that snow.
Oh, you did it.
Yeah, well,
you got a double dog there. At least it wasn't a triple dog there.
Hey, you know, we don't play by Christmas
story rules.
Yeah,
it was double dare or you're out.
Yeah, but Finn wants to remind us that there was that one. A couple of those movies where Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan. I believe that.
It wasn't Drunken Master, but there were a few.
Yeah, there was a couple. Also, Jackie Chan was his stunt double for some of them as well.
That's true. Yeah, and Chuck Norris obviously was in a lot of Bruce Lee movies, and also I think he was in one Jackie Chan movie. Could be wrong. But.
Scoob, you brought back hidden memories from Finn. He remembers
for the city. City. Forgot what it was called already. City Hunter, right? City Hunter.
Yeah, City Hunter. Gonna have to definitely look that up.
This on the web
oh
for
shit!
what it was City Hunter,
Shut up! Shut up!
Thank you, Alexa. Thank you.
That was the iPhone version.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to say the name.
I'm not talking to you, phone.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha.
Okay.
Now it's doing it to you.
Yeah. She never listens to me when I ask her to do something, and then when I say her name at random, she's like,
or you just say something that rhymes with her name.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to wake up for breakfast and ask for something that starts with her name either. So Finn also says this reminds me of a show named Video Game High School from YouTube. Okay, I'm gonna have to look that one up.
Yeah,
I've heard of that show. I've never watched it. Fun fact over on the Magic the Gathering space regarding Video Game High School. One of the main characters was Jimmy Wong, who is now one of the main faces on YouTube for Magic.
Really?
From the game nights? No, the Command Zone is the channel. So yeah, Jimmy Wong, shout out to him, man. He's a cool fella. He's done a lot of other voice acting for recent movies as well, like Wish Dragon or whatever it was.
Sick.
Jimmy Wong.
Yeah, Jimmy Wong.
Name sounds familiar. I wonder what else he's been in.
Wimmy Jones.
Oh yeah, okay.
He seems like a well-rounded fella.
Wish Dragon in 2021, Video Game High School for 2 years. John dies at the end.
That is such a good. Thank you for reminding me. I need to write that down. That if y'all have it, that's another movie we're gonna watch on Cosmic Data Theater soon.
He was okay.
That is a really funny, great movie to just chill out to.
John dies at the end. He was in Mulan. He played Ling in Mulan. No kidding. Okay.
Yeah, Jimmy Wong gets around, man. I'm happy for him. You know, all started out in Video Game High School and then kind of took off from there.
In the movie, John dies at the end. I bet you can't guess what happens at the end.
Don't want to know.
I'm just
tell me John didn't die. I don't think I can handle that if John died.
I don't think I can handle John dying again.
So yeah, okay. Commander at Home for the last 2 years. He's been on 6 episodes. Diablo 4, he voiced multiple voices. He was on the TV series Ricky. He was on the TV series Rescue. A mini series for Sleepy Hollow. Really? I didn't think that they had an Asian guy in Sleepy Hollow. Okay.
Speaking of Sleepy Hollow, do you you know the Johnny Depp version? Did you know that Ray Park played Ray Park, Darth Maul, and Toad from the X-Men? He played the Headless Horseman when Christopher Walken, like when he was headless. Like when he was doing the stunts and stuff. That was actually Ray Park under that getup without the head.
I did not know that.
I didn't either until just a week ago. It's fun fact, right? And the movie The Last Starfighter, was that an actual video game that they made into a movie, or was that just a movie that they made into a video game?
I think it was a movie that they made into a video game.
Okay.
I think it was one of those Tron situations where they made the
Okay.
video game because of the movie. Although there is a Last Starfighter 2 that they're working on a sequel.
I know that. That's why I was thinking about it recently.
Yeah.
It's supposed to, it's been in development for a while. It's supposed to come out in 2003. It's supposed to come out in 2025, and now it's supposed to come out this year.
Yeah.
Okay, so the last on the credits for Jimmy Wong here, there's a ton of them, but one that caught my eye. Dude Bro Party Massacre 3. I have got to watch that.
That so sounds like a Lloyd Kaufman type of movie.
It's
a
not
Toxic
rated.
Avenger or Surf Schnazzies Must Die, or those type of movies.
Yeah, straight to DVD.
I noticed when we were talking about the movies that weren't exactly lore accurate, nobody mentioned Resident Evil.
Oh well, I try to block that out.
If you want to go the Resident
And Silent
Evil
Hill
route,
too.
if you want to go the Resident Evil route, you got to pick which route you want to go. And that route would be, do you want to go via the animated movies, or do you want to go the live action?
No, I want to go the game lore.
Well, the
Then you
game
would want,
lore,
then that would be, then you would want to talk about the animated movies.
animated movies,
Well,
yeah.
But still, even the animated isn't completely accurate. So
No,
Actually-
but they're
but
closer.
it is
they're the
a whole
closest.
lot
They're
more
closer,
accurate than the
and
live action.
They're closer, and I have a lot of the Resident
Yeah.
Evil movies, and those Resident Evil movies take place post. Many of them take place post Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil 6. So they're a
Well-
bit more lore accurate than one would think.
Yeah,
I
although
mean, not necessarily. They're
they do have their off points with the.
I mean, the main characters aren't there. Wesker wasn't there. Like, and I'm starting from the first movie. The first movie should have been, either they should have gone with Resident Evil 0, where it's the Billy character and Rebecca Chambers on the train, and they are there before the Arclay mansion. There's the Arclay breakout or whatever of the Stanley mansion, or it should have started with Jill and Chris and not Hunk,
Well, with
Barry
the Resident,
and Wesker in the mansion.
well, with the Resident Evil cartoons and stuff, when it came to the movies, not a lot of people wanted to see what's already happened happen again in the movies. They wanted to see sequels of what's going. They wanted to see what had been going on. Like
I see. I think it's
post-Resident. Okay,
differently.
let me
Go
give
ahead,
us
sorry.
an example.
Yeah.
Post Resident Evil 4, they give you a glimpse as towards, what's been going on as far as Leon's area goes.
Yeah.
Leon, what's going on with him? He's still dealing with the crap that he had to deal with from Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
So they're all following the lore, but in their own sort of way.
But, well, I mean, I get what you're saying, but Alice being the main character of the story and her being like a superhuman that has the virus, but
Yeah,
she's
for the live
basically
action,
the-
that's a
the-
totally different story.
Well, but that's what we've been talking about is the live action, or at least that's what I was talking about. My whole issue is when I watch a movie, like the animated stuff is cool. Like I agree, like it's definitely the better of the two. But when I go see a movie adaptation, I want to see a live action version that it doesn't tell like the future stories. I want to see the stories that I loved the franchise for and done in a live action sort of film, just like X-Men. When I watched X-Men, I wanted to see them in their outfits. I wanted to see them having the storyline against the original Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. I wanted to see stories from the actual comic books that had such an impact on my love for the character. Just like the reason that Spider-Man, the original Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, even though he had organic web shooters, which we've already talked about, that I don't like, they still stuck to the lore of he was a nerdy kid at school that was in love with this girl, even though originally it was Gwen Stacy, and they did that in Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield. But you see where I'm going with it. Like I want to see those stories that I remember in comic books and in video games. I want to see those stories be retold with millions of dollars behind it, so I can see the actors put their heart and soul into these characters.
So here's what I'm
Right.
hoping with that. So because of now that Disney has access to more of the characters, and they have made agreements with Universal and Sony and Paramount regarding the characters that were leased out. They can at least do some movies in particular franchises where they do have crossover titles, as we've seen with the Spider-Man with Doctor Strange, and we've seen with what's coming out with the possible Battle World scenario with Doomsday. We are going to possibly see a chance for, if they do go about the battle world scenario appropriately, they'll be able to merge more of these universes back together, where we can see a appropriate cinematic universe. But I just don't have faith in Disney. So I mean the we're hoping that the new CEO doesn't pull in Bob Iger. Now, from what I understand, the new CEO with Disney, he is has a similar background that Eisner had, Michael Eisner had, when Michael Eisner saved Disney back in the 90s. And the new CEO, with a parks background, wants to see people actually enjoying the product rather than the constant price hikes and constant underpaying and the constant poor scripts and woke agendas. We might see something new come out of this, but I don't have faith in Disney because Bob Iger is training the new CEO right now. So when he's finally fully stepped away, we'll have to see what happens, and it's going to take a couple of years for them to make something good by that point in time. In the meantime, we're going to be seeing from any property that Disney owns, we're especially with even the other film production companies, even as I said earlier, even if woke is dead, we're going to be still for a few years see the woke content come out, because they're not going to stop or delay a release schedule, because that'll affect their bottom line in the long run. So it's going to probably be a few years before we even see something come out of that. I mean, just to be honest.
Okay, I can see what you're saying there. If I may just tack on to what I believe Theta was trying to express earlier regarding Resident Evil, I feel like that there is fans for both the animated and the live action. As somebody who played the game on PlayStation prior to seeing the movie, I feel like I had a lot more context, right? And could understand what was happening. I feel like Hollywood, for at least the first couple of live actions, was trying to pretty much appeal to the masses by giving just enough context and just enough cherry-picked scenes and details. Yeah. Whereas what you were saying, the games themselves were like storyboarded so well, and the adventure and the thrill and the scare was there, that they could have just recreated the game scene by scene practically with a Hollywood backing, and it would have been great.
Exactly. And I feel the same way about Silent Hill. I don't see, I mean, I know that changing the character to a mother doesn't change a whole lot, but there is something to say for a father-daughter relationship. From what I hear, I can't say from from my my own life, but I haven't transitioned, so I don't know what that's like. But
either way,
but yeah, I would have liked to see Harry Mason in the first movie, and honestly, I'm really excited to see what they're gonna do. I'm really well. I haven't seen the new movie, but I've heard that the Resident Evil 2 movie was not good. So it seems like the adaptations that the
Netflix series was all right for a live action. you know, that Netflix series was not exactly lore accurate, but it had some of the characters that you wanted to see. You know,
For Resident Evil.
yeah, they had a
Okay.
Resident Evil TV I think it was
Yeah.
Netflix.
Yeah, I didn't know if you were talking about Resident or Silent Hill because I was
With Silent Hill, my thought process with Silent Hill is I wasn't I wasn't a PlayStation guy.
Gotcha.
So like when I was playing Resident Evil, I was playing it with friends on theirs, and
Mhm.
when I got a chance to have a friend come over, you know, we'd spend like a whole weekend playing Resident Evil, and you know, but Silent Hill was one I didn't play until after I saw the Silent Hill movie. So like
Gotcha.
I liked the Silent Hill movie.
I mean, I'm not complaining. That's what I was trying to get at is that they did a decent job. I don't think they should have brought Red Pyramid Head in, but they did do a decent job with it. But it goes back to what I was saying with the TCG dude. You know, when we watch these movies, we want to see the scenes and the characters that we fell in love with the franchise for. And when you switch characters around or you switch reasons around, the monsters looks amazing. They were terrifying, but the whole reason for Red Pyramid Head, he's only there. He only represents James's story, and he was obviously just there for the notoriety to have him in the movie. But I, you know, I didn't like parts of it, but you know, it was better than some adaptations.
Yeah. So over here in chat, I was just looking at chat now. I don't know if anybody has seen the Twisted Metal
No,
comics.
no, I haven't.
I have a couple of them. Unfortunately, not enough to actually get into the series, but
I do know some of the lore, but I haven't ever read any of the comics.
But
Didn't they have a TV show, an Amazon TV show,
Yes,
Twisted Metal or
yes,
something?
I think they did. Yes.
I didn't see the TV show. Like I said, I got a couple of the comics, and I remember the games for Twisted Metal. I believe.
Yeah. I mean,
Also, an iconic '90s series. When you think about '90s video games, Twisted Metal is absolutely a top 20, if not a top 10, depending on how big a fan you are.
Yeah.
yeah.
It is iconic when it comes down to a lot of the video games that I remember back then. And I think they had a spin-off, didn't they? A spin-off of that game?
How can you spin off Twisted Metal?
Yes, Bent Alloy. I remember it all
Alloy,
too
yeah.
well.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
But yeah, I don't know if I mean we've already talked about a lot of the gaming adaptations and stuff that have come out. Have y'all already talked about most of the cartoons, comic book?
Well, we bounced
adaptations and stuff?
around. We bounced around.
Power Rangers, obviously, as a Power Ranger myself.
Actually, that was one that King. So King. By the way, I've been texting with King.
I am too. Yeah, I am too.
Unfortunately, like
His
he's
USB.
his USB went out, so we're gonna try to get him a USB cable here, so that way he can stream again. This is a cheap fix, so we're gonna try to get him a new USB cable.
I mean, they're cheap, and if we order one on Amazon, it can get there, tomorrow or something.
Yeah. So like maybe even just like either a USB cable or a good Fi-Fine mic or something. They're cheap on Amazon. But I know King, in my notes here, King was mentioning Super Sentai, which was a Japanese
Super Sentai
yeah, sorry, which was the Japanese Power Rangers
version of Power Rangers. Yeah, there was, and those go back to the 70s, like the 90s Mighty Morphin Power Rangers that we know. That series was actually from I think it was like the 7th or 8th season of Super Sentai. Daiu Ranger, which is like Dino Ranger. But it was, it was from that late in the series, and that's why Saban made so much money off of that TV shows, because he basically bought the rights to use all of the footage, the fight footage, the Zord footage, all that stuff. All they had to do was just find 5 American actors and film a couple of American scenes to put their characters in this show. So they saved a lot of money, made a lot of money on toys, merchandise, and
they didn't pay very well either. I mean,
no, not at all. I think it was they paid $600 a day, and they had to be they were their own stunt doubles. Like
it was something like
hurt,
$600 a day. Actually, the extras got if in the long run, extras got paid better. When I did,
I would think so. Yeah,
I got $100 a day for the 2 episodes I was on, and I'm
Bryan Cranston was one of the stunt people too, because he was one of the monsters in a lot of those.
I was on 2 episodes as an extra.
Yeah,
and
in
the background extra, when they did the school scenes, when they had them and they did like they're in the school and there's like I was a guy next to locker 3. I was told to stand there, look pretty, and not say a word.
I remember you telling me that, man. I still need to go through and rewatch all the seasons 1 through 3 and see if I can find you.
If you can find me, I'll send you.
I bet you I can.
I'll send you pictures of me when I was young.
I probably don't even need to.
Yeah,
All right, fellas. Well, as much as I'd love to think about a young Dan, I'm gonna go be an old man and take care of my little one here.
Hey, hold on a second before you go.
Sure.
Let me make you big, and you can do your thing. Hold on a second.
Oh, sure. Shillin' McGillen's
Make my monster grow.
All right, hold on a second. We got to do this right.
Give me a sleeve.
What do you got coming up? Where can everybody find you?
All right. Well, you'll find me in a couple corners of the internet. I'm Alex, the TCG dude, out here keeping Magic the Gathering alive. My main channel's on YouTube at TCG Dude, and over on the Twitch side at TCG Dude 907. You'll mainly, for the most part, catch me doing box breaks and deck techs and whatnot, or just collaborating with fine folks like y'all over here for some talking head style stuff. So, if you are interested in Magic the Gathering, card markets, or, deck metas, feel free to DM me. I'm over on Discord as well at TCG Dude. Dan, I'm really happy to have been able to nerd out over here with y'all and appreciate the opportunity.
Oh, thanks for joining us. I really appreciate it. Plus we haven't had a chance to hang out in a while. You've been a little MIA other than in chat. So I was like, gotta get you coming over and hanging out for a bit. I'm glad you did.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Like I said, it's springtime now. I can finally get out of the winter cave and roam the land.
Internet land. It was great to talk to you, TCG.
Hell yeah, Theta. Yeah, man. Thanks for holding it down with Dan over here, nerding out. And Scooby, nice to meet you. King, I'm sure we'll get another opportunity.
I think I got the link in chat for you there. So feel free to click on that link in chat, and you guys can follow TCG Dude over on the YouTubes and show him a lot of love. And if you guys are into Magic the Gathering, you're gonna like his content when he makes something nice for us.
Hell yeah. All right, y'all. Thank you. Have a good rest of your show now.
Yeah. Absolutely. Be safe. All right.
All right.
So, do you guys have any honorable mentions, like something that's not necessarily wouldn't necessarily fit, but almost fits? We had a couple in chat today. I was gonna one of my honorary mentions is Who Framed Roger Rabbit. That was a novel originally.
I know I was going to bring this up earlier when TCG was talking about this, but The Mask was an adaptation of a comic book, which was really extreme. And The Crow is another one that's James
The Crow
O'Barr.
is very
Yeah.
good. It's
Yeah, yeah. James O'Barr
the
wrote
Crow
that
was
comic book series, and they
it
made
was
it
a
into that
comic book
movie.
series.
It was a comic
Yeah,
book
and
series.
each
Yeah.
character with each book was a different character.
No. Well, the first series was all about Eric Draven.
Yeah.
It was because he wrote.
No, what
the
I mean
first-
by is
You're thinking of graphic novels.
they had multiple stories. With each multiple stories, like, because there was one series, the
Well,
first series that went by for Eric's story. There was that one. Then for the second series, they had another one. They had multiple ones because I collected the entire series.
I
And they
believe
had
the first series was the only one written by James O'Barr.
they had multiple books, and there was even one book where the one that they brought back was a woman who was a female cop that was pregnant. Another
Yeah.
one that they brought back was a guy from Louisiana. He and his girlfriend were killed, and when he was brought back, he had like tattoos all over his body. It was kind of cool. And for the girl, she had like a great big black crow painted across her face.
Yeah.
I vaguely remember her. Vaguely. Yeah. Crow, though, great adaptation.
Yeah, The Crow was amazing, and like that's still one of my favorite movies of all time. Brandon Lee did an amazing job. It wasn't completely accurate. James O'Barr wrote it because he was very depressed after losing the woman that he loved in a car crash, and so he wrote this comic book series to kind of cope with his situation. And like Scooby was saying, James O'Barr revolved around the character of the same name, the Crow, in a series, and dealing with the death of his fiancée at the hands of a drunk driver. It was first published by Caliber Comics in 1989, became an underground success, and was later adapted into the film of the same name in 1994, and it was followed by 3 standalone sequels. But the comic,
and the TV series.
Yes, and the TV series by and I honestly think that Mark Dacasios, who also played the one of the characters in the movie Double Dragon that we were just talking about, comes full circle. And also, this is a funny story too, because we were just talking about Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. The original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, I forget what it was originally called, but when Saban first got the footage, Mark Dacasios was originally the Red Ranger. He was originally Jason. They all had the same names, but it didn't go through. They never made a pilot. They just made the intro, like the theme song and the introduction for the show, but it didn't go
before it didn't hit rewrites, apparently. I guess.
Yeah, exactly. And the other honorable mention I'll talk about, or I'll just mention, is The Sandman, which was a Neil Gaiman comic book that I love dearly. He's not a very he's been
that was Marvel.
Anyway, we're not going to talk about that, but he's not a great guy, but he wrote that series very well, and even the TV show that they made on Netflix was really well adapted as far as how the comic book was made.
It was also another one of those Marvel series that revolved around the Darkhold book as well. So and technically Sandman was when I think towards the later on years when Johnny Blaze was no longer the Ghost Rider. He was part of the Midnight Suns.
Yeah.
So yeah, good reference. King wanted to remind us that he said, "Yeah, Theta." I said the mask as well.
Yeah.
He brought it.
Yeah,
We were talking about the mask earlier.
was so completely different than the Jim Carrey version. The mask was literally like Deadpool.
Right.
It was so gritty and gory and dark. And
King was saying earlier about the mask that he was pointing out how they wouldn't have done it the same way because
they couldn't have. No.
Yeah.
I don't think Jim Carrey would have done it if they would have tried to attempted to.
And
he would have had something to say.
Yeah.
Finn reminds us that Brandon Lee passed away.
Yes.
In the making.
Yes, he
of
passed
that
away
movie.
while making the movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was in one of the last.
It was a
one of the
malfunction.
final shots. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
loaded
was
the wrong.
Scene, it was the scene where they were doing a flashback, I believe, of when the situation in the movie where he gets killed and his wife Shelley.
I thought it was the scene where he's on the table and all the gangsters are shooting at him at once.
I've heard different stories, so that might be correct.
There have been stories where it was him, where it was a flashback. I know who it was,
but I don't know.
There have been stories where it was a flashback. There have been stories where it took place in the part where he was in the church.
And also the one where he was, because it was Fun Boy, the one that was shooting up with Sarah's mother, and he gets the poison. He gets the poison out of her arm, and so that scene where he's pointing that at him and he holds up his hand. There's stories that was the scene. So there's lots of different stories. I don't know if we'll ever know which one because they're never going to release it, but it has come out, and I don't know if that guy.
So according to Reddit, it is the scene that where Eric dies is the one that where his girlfriend is murdered by thugs.
Yeah, it is the flashback.
So it is the flashback scene. I just Googled it.
Yeah.
But that's part of that whole Bruce Lee family controversy.
It's sad that it happened because he was entering that movie marked the height of his career.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of the same thing with the Heath Ledger. Well, I mean, Heath Ledger was already a big star before then, but that was his biggest role at the time.
Right.
The Joker. I mean, he literally made that character. To this day, when people think of the Joker, they think of Heath Ledger. I know I do. Even though there's been other, great Jokers adaptations in live action, I still think of Heath Ledger because that's the crazy that's the crazy Joker that I know from the comics.
The thing is, though, is that the comics have made the Joker in so many different ways seem like so many different ways. Like one of the first adaptations of him is very much like how Jack Nicholson played. One of the very first adaptations of the Joker was very much like him.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree that there have been adaptations throughout the years. The golden era, as we call it, of comics back in the day. The Joker was a silly character that. It wasn't all about, murder and chaos and stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's what made me think that Jack Nicholson does a great
job. No, I'm talking about
job.
Cesar Romero is actually the first one to pull that off.
Right. Cesar Romero, the Jack Nicholson version, he did channel a little bit of Cesar Romero.
But he did his own thing.
But he did his own. He pulled a lot of. He said he channeled Cesar Romero and pretty much your standard Jack. Jack.
Well,
You know,
yeah. Well, what I've heard is that he combined Cesar Romero and his character from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
yeah, that's why I said it's kind of
Yeah,
like your
yeah.
standard Jack, if you know what I
Standard
mean.
Jack.
You
Yeah.
know, so speaking of Heath Ledger, real quick, Heath Ledger was in one of my honorable mention movies, by the way. A
Oh.
movie that was based off, pretty much was a modern version of Taming of the Shrew. Now, when we were talking about the Odyssey earlier, I was holding this one back for an honorable mention because this is how you do a modern version of a movie right. 10 Things About You.
Oh,
Which
10
was
Things I Hate About You.
10 Things I Hate About You, which
Such a good movie.
was a modern version of Taming of the Shrew. And so much, in fact, that they
I never
even
thought
kept
about that.
they even kept a few lines from Taming of the Shrew in there. The line about my heart pines for her.
Yeah.
Pretty much that verse was left in
Good
the movie.
catch. I've never thought about that. Yeah, you're right.
And so, like, that's one of my honorable mentions is 10 Things I Hate About You, which when you brought me to Heath Ledger, I had to mention it right off the bat. Also, I had another one, but I can't remember what it was right off the bat. But
There's so many. It's incredible how many we have over the years. It's
regarding the Brandon Lee conversation, so I had wrote down while we were talking, maybe King might be interested in doing it for one of our shows in the up and coming future. We're gonna try to get him, try to do a little fundraiser to get him a new microphone or some new tech.
yeah, something to fix.
So we're gonna try to do a little fundraiser for King. It's not going to cost that much. I might be able to get a loan out myself. I don't know, but
I have another one when you're done.
so we're going to try to get King up and running again. And what's your other honorable mention?
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles live action movie from the 90s.
Oh yeah,
That's probably the best version.
I think that is the best comic cartoon adaptation to live action movie adaptation
absolutely
there ever was.
And that one goes adaptations on all levels, from
Comic
book to
cartoon to
video games, back to comic books. I mean, like the cartoon was adapted back into comic books, so that way you have the original version, and they adapted it down for the cartoon.
The cartoons,
they adapted the cartoon back into a comic book and video games and the movies. Right now, I'm not sure if you guys have seen this, but Clownfish TV. If you get a chance to go to Clownfish TV,
I watch them. I watch them often.
Yeah, I'm a fan of them.
They just recently released a video about the current lawsuit regarding Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Give it a watch. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Right, and
I do like Clownfish because they admit that they worked for. They said that they hide their identities behind those little cartoon figures because they used to work for Disney.
Sparkles.
They used to work for Disney and also a couple of comic book companies such as Image Comics, and also Neon was doing, I think up until about a year and a half ago, he was doing Webtoons comics as well.
Yeah.
But pretty much they canceled him out of the tried to cancel him out.
Him and Ethan Van Sciver.
Yeah. I love those guys. They're
I do too.
You know, pretty much so far, like a lot of people say that they get like they have a guy that tells them things, and half the time the people at Clownfish, GG Sparkles and Neon, they don't say anything about having a guy. What they do is they say, this is a thing that's going on, and they're more than often right.
Yeah, I agree. They have good takes on a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
and so they're more than often right about like a lot of the things that they say, and like you hear a lot of other people in the content creation space say they're wrong, they're wrong, and everything they say they're just vindicated at the end, because everything they say turns out to be 100% accurate.
Yeah.
Love
If
their
it's
show.
one thing I like about Clownfish is I love when Geeky starts to cook. When she starts
yeah.
to cook.
Yeah, she goes
Oh.
off. Yeah.
When she goes off, I love it.
Yeah.
So no, Finn, I don't have super chats, but you can actually support the channel by going to ko-fi.com, where we here we go, ko-fi.com/KJCowboyDan. If you can like take a screenshot, and that QR code can bring you to where you can support the channel. Unfortunately, we don't have that, but if anything you donate will help us get King back up and running this
we'll make sure he's back up and running as soon as possible.
So thanks for asking, by the way. But yeah, ko-fi.com/KJCowboyDan. And if you donate, whatever you donate, we're just going to make sure we put it right into getting King a new microphone or whatever tech he needs.
Yeah.
So thanks for asking. And also,
supporting the channel like that's a very that's a very kind thing, and and very much needed.
Yeah. And we're not in a big hurry to do things. So if it takes like a week or two, by the time we come back, we're going to have even a better show, because I'm working on the opening credits. I've been working on the opening credits today and doing a lot of fun stuff. So
I was if I can, I'll overnight the cable to him, because I was hoping that he'd be able to join us for a game night tomorrow after Scooby's stream, but we'll see if he'd be interested in that. It couldn't be more than $10, and
well, if it's the USB cable, those are pretty cheap on
yeah,
Amazon.
that's what I'm saying. They should be under $10, and to overnight it or something like that, it shouldn't be too much.
I think I ended up getting for like $13 on Amazon. I got a 4-pack of USB-C high power cables. So
if it comes down to it, and you can send some to Ko-fi, I'll send some to Ko-fi, and you can order it, because I don't have I had to cancel my Prime membership, but
we're gonna make sure we get King up and running. I really enjoy streaming with King. So and plus,
and we should have a fun time tomorrow night too.
So So do you have
I was gonna bring up another one, but I didn't want to top I didn't want to end on a bad note, because I'm probably gonna go to bed here in just a minute. I've been up for a long time, but Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Evolution is
Dragon
the live
Ball.
action version.
Yeah.
It's even worse than the last Airbender.
Yeah, Dragon Ball was pretty horrible, wasn't it?
It was awful. Let's just be honest. It was a slap in the face to Dragon Ball.
It wasn't Mario Brothers horrible, but it was still horrible.
I think it was worse than Mario Brothers.
Really?
Yeah.
Mario Brothers was just unforgivable.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree, but that doesn't, two flavors of shit are still shit, and excuse my language.
Oh,
but,
no, it's okay.
I guess I prefer the Mario shits.
We're looking at do you prefer Briar's crap, or do you prefer Ben and Jerry's crap?
Because at least, exactly. Because at least the Mario Brothers movie was funny. And maybe it's just because I watched it as a kid. It had, it was silly, but they wore their outfits. They looked like the characters, to a degree. Um, I don't
Yeah.
know. There were things about it that definitely needed to be fixed. The Koopas, they, it was
The
ridiculous.
Koopas, Dennis Hopper's character of
Yeah, Dennis Hopper's
Oh,
character, Yoshi, being the only dinosaur in there, even though they're all supposed to be related to dinosaurs. But I don't know. Maybe it's just that I held uh, the lore of Dragon Ball Z to a higher standard, and when they kind of shit on it or crapped on it, sorry,
King's
then
reminding us that there was 3 of the Asian live action movies for Dragon Ball Z before Evolution.
well, that's right. Yeah, he did tell us that once.
Yeah.
But that was the last one that I had. So
Scoob, do you have an honorable mention? I know we're going to be going over and visiting you tomorrow on your show. I'm going to be hanging out in your chat because we're going to be picking up this conversation from what I understand. So, what's your honorable mention?
Oh crap! I just had it in my mind. I forgot what it was. And it was a good one too. Damn it!
Cartoon, comic book, video game,
I
manga?
don't remember.
I hate
It'll probably come to you when
It
you're doing
just,
the
it
show.
I
just
know,
flew out of my
exactly.
mind.
It'll come to you right after like the show ends or something. You'll be like,
Oh
"Dang it."
yeah, that's always what happens.
I know.
It'll be
here.
2 a.m. in the morning, and you're going to go like, "That's what it was."
Yeah.
Well, in that case, I think it's time that we wind down our show. I'm gonna give everybody the usual chance to let everybody know where they're at and how
Now
we're
I know
gonna-
what it is.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, well, there we go.
So when Theta mentioned Dragon Ball, it made me think about how Asians handle live action versions of their own manga and their own anime, and how much better theirs turn out compared to ours.
Because they actually care about
They
the
seem
lore.
to know what they're doing.
Yeah, they
And
do.
we should take some notes, big time. We should be taking some big ass notes.
Yeah.
As
Yeah,
long as it's not the Full Metal Alchemist live action. I was very disappointed with that one.
Didn't they did Attack on Titan?
They have done live action. The Japanese have done live action on a lot of their stuff.
Yeah.
Their Sailor Moons is interesting, but better than anything America had come up with. Jesus Christ, those were horrible.
Yeah.
Don't remind me of those. No, I just reminded myself of those.
I didn't see the live action Sailor Moon stuff.
I didn't
But
either.
Japan's
I can imagine.
Japan's live action version was pretty cool. Same with Black Butler, Yu Yu Hakusho. Japan, when it comes to making their anime and their manga into live action, they do a very good job.
Yeah.
Here in America, when we try to do the same thing, we do a horrible job. We just downright disrespect it.
But and I think that's exactly the point, though, is that in America, when Hollywood makes a movie, their movie adaptation, they're trying to rewrite the history and make it their own. And in Japan, they're trying to actually care about the lore and talk about actually tell the story that they
but
meant
the thing
to
is, though,
tell.
is a lot of times Hollywood gets this in their head. They don't realize it because they're not the type of people who watch this stuff.
That's what that's what I'm saying.
They think that they can do a bigger and better job knowing. I mean, there are some out there who stick with the script and everything, but they still do a shit job. Netflix, I'm looking at you.
Netflix, the biggest localization of a
They have
storyline. It's like we got to make it so that way
they
Americans can
think that they
understand it.
can do it. They think that they can bring it to America and say, "Hey, look, this is how it's done, not you. We can make it better, not you. Our version is better, not yours." And then what happens? They do it and they fuck it up. And even when they try and do it the right way, they still fuck it up.
Yeah.
We have had very, 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 very few that are actually successful.
Yeah.
I agree
that,
with
that,
Ben
that kind of
about
goes to my point,
Netflix.
though, is that they don't care about the lore. They don't. They
No, they don't.
care about making it their own.
They have a
But some
whole
of them do.
department at a lot of these anime companies and a lot of these film companies. They have a whole department when dealing with foreign concepts called a localization department. And I think maybe we should have a conversation about that one day when King gets back, and we'll have a conversation about like animes that got destroyed because localization, whether it be the localized translations. To the same reason why games are getting destroyed because of wokeness. And
But a lot
unfortunately,
of them, a lot of them, Theta, a lot of them do pay attention to the lore, but they still
not really
disrespect
I mean, not really, not the American people, not anymore. In fact, recently in the past decade, they've specifically told their actors, do not go and read about these characters. I
Yeah.
want you to make these characters the way we write them, not the way that the fans know them to be.
They even did
But
that
not
with
all of them, though.
X-Men
That's the
back
thing,
in
though.
when they did X-Men. They
But they
told
have.
yeah, they
No,
do
like,
that quite
okay,
often.
here's an example. Okay.
Okay.
The people for Fallout, they had no problem with them.
I
playing out
don't know
Fallout.
anything about Fallout.
Oh, Bethesda.
So,
Hey, yeah, they had no problem with the Fallout thing. They had no problem. Halo. Whoa.
Oh, he took off his helmet. He took off his helmet.
No,
A
no,
soldier
they
takes
said-
off
they
his
said-
helmet.
No, they said we don't want Halo to have anything to do with the actual game, and they tried.
that's exactly
to
my
make it about the
point.
game.
That you're proving my point.
No,
But
I'm saying no. What my point is, like I was saying earlier, a lot of them know and don't get in trouble, and they're willing to do it.
Oh, I'm not
Others,
talking
they
about
just
getting
don't
in
care.
trouble. I'm
That's
just saying
what I'm
that
saying. I'm saying is they know, they still fuck up, and then you have those who just don't give a shit. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
that's
goes
kind of what I was saying. But
Yeah.
so
I think you guys were both
we're-
saying the same thing, but on different levels.
Yeah.
Me and Theta have like that same
Yeah,
conversation all the time.
yeah, we do that all the time where we're saying the exact same thing just in different ways, and then when we think we're on different sides of the conversation. But I
That's the
do
problem
also
with-
want to mention that DJ Play Nice brought up the original Punisher with Dolph Lundgren.
He did.
And I also want to bring up the Guyver. That is as my last one.
Oh, yeah, the Guyver.
That was a comic book series. That's one of my favorite comic book series that they made into a live action movie, which we've been watching on my my show. on
Actually, the
Sunday.
Guyver was one that we were going to talk about before King's mic went out. So I mean, it was one of the ones in our notes, and
Cool.
we
Sean
ended up,
Baker.
we
Sean
ended up traveling so far.
Baker is the American version, and the Japanese version, his name is Guy, and it's a alien unit. Well, you find out it's not alien, but spoiler alert. It's basically like it's a device that gives you like a armor. I don't want to compare it to like Iron Man because it's not really like
It's more of
Iron
an
Man
implant.
armor.
Yeah,
It's more like a symbiote that turns into like an Iron Man-ish type of armor. So those
Yeah.
are my honorable mentions, and I'll stop there, and we can we can close it out because I'm exhausted.
We can keep going all night with.
I know.
you
I
know.
keep thinking of more and more.
Oh
but-
yeah, we got to leave some for Scoob show because Scoob's actually going to be covering a similar topic.
Awesome.
Great minds think alike. Real quick, I'm gonna remind everybody about King real quick as. Anything that we do get in the line of a donation will go to making sure that King gets back up and running. I really, while he's been here kind of like playing producer in the background, I really want to make sure that we can get him vocal
Yeah.
again.
And
I
thank
miss
you
that
for
boy.
sticking around, King. I appreciate you sticking around the whole time, man. I know that it sucks what happened, but thank you for sticking around
Yeah.
and listening to us.
And once again, like a good majority of the things that we talked about today were suggested by King while we
Yeah.
were planning the show. So, and we didn't even get to Unbreakable and those ones as well, because those were, I believe, also in our notes for today. So we'll end up touching on this topic again as things go by in the next month or a couple of months.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. Let's do this.
I guess if you want to find me, you can follow me at Data of Nerd Archaeology on YouTube, where you can explore the hidden lore of films, TV shows, cartoons, anime franchises of all different genres: sci-fi, fantasy, superhero, horror. And what I basically do on my channel is a plethora of things, if you will. But we have game nights. We talk about serious topics sometimes, like we've been doing recently, but mostly we talk about nerdy stuff. We talk about sci-fi movies, fantasy movies, TV shows, cartoons, anime, comic books, and toys. I collect a whole lot of toys and I customize them. I print off parts and make them my own, like Transformers or Power Rangers, stuff like that. I'm probably going to be doing more of that in the future. And I add a little bit of magical flair to this channel because I'm going to be, for my members, teaching some magic tricks. I was a magician for 8 years, so I'll be doing some magic tricks and teaching you how to become an amateur magician and fool your friends. So if you want to learn about that kind of stuff, come follow me on Theta of Nerd Archaeology and have some fun with us. We're going to be on tomorrow night after Scooby stream, and we're going to be playing some improv games tomorrow night. And then Sunday night we'll be doing a movie night where we'll be watching The Lost Boys.
Ooh. Fun. It's been a while since I've seen that one.
It's a good
you
one.
do have the wrench Theta, so feel free to pop your thing into the chat there,
Okay.
or I'll just get it here in a second.
No,
I don't have a list handy yet. I'm very neglectful at having made my lists. So
I don't know how to type into. I can go into the. I can go into the.
Yeah.
YouTube.
And
Go ahead.
So we have coming up next.
Oh, you died! What the this game, piece of talk! Die, you fucking controller!
That's the first time I heard that.
My favorite one has me just flipping out, just breaking the PS5, the monitor, and the controller, just snapping it in half and going ballistic. That's my favorite one.
That's great.
I didn't give it to King.
Gonna have.
word DJ. I didn't get
Oh
the
well, I'm gonna use that for whenever you come on until I get your logo, and we'll have a little bumper there. I have a cat attacking my feet. So I'm grabbing your YouTube channel. So let everybody know about your next shows.
So Scooby Pups Podcast is my flagship show, and it's every Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern. So that would mean tomorrow is Scooby Pups Podcast, 5 p.m. Eastern, and my guest will be Piranha Pout, and we will be talking video games. So be sure to come on, check it out, and it'll be my first time for Theta to be producing for me.
I can't wait. I'm excited.
Yes. So be sure to swing on by, people. It's a lot of fun. You can find me on YouTube, Rumble, Kick, Brave, and Twitter.
Nice.
I'm also going to put in my my Nerdarchy, my other channel that I'm trying to build up. This the link that I put in right now is the link that I stream from, but I'm really trying to get a new channel built up. So
Your new channel, the Nerd Archaeology channel. So how are
Yes.
you doing on building that up, by the way?
As I haven't grown a single one. In fact, I've lost a couple for.
Well, we're gonna have to.
But I need to put more videos on there. I haven't put a video on there in 2 months. Yeah, I was doing good. I was putting a video up every 2 weeks, and I just
We'll
I've
have to
been
do a
focusing
social
on other
media
things.
campaign. We'll do a social media
I
campaign.
am working on a video though, putting together the kind of like the stream we did on the sci-fi technology. So I'm doing a video basically just not rehashing, but talking about that. So that'll be my next video I put up on there. And
Well, I always look forward to what you got coming up, especially for your next video. Just I want to let everybody know, I will. I want you guys to make sure you show as much support to your YouTuber friends as you can. There's a few more YouTubers that recently got demonetized because of the AI demonetization. So much, in fact, I do believe that a couple of them, particularly one of the bigger channels that I know that do cartoons and voiceover stuff, is finally getting an attorney who's going to be suing YouTube. So we're going to try to get a few people together to try.
we'll see how that goes. I hope it goes well.
Hopefully, it comes
Considering
down to
that one guy already tried to send a letter to YouTube of being sued, got threatened by YouTube. He got a letter back by YouTube being threatened.
Yeah.
He posted it on YouTube. He posted it on Twitter and everything.
Yeah, now there's like three separate larger YouTubers who
Yeah,
are.
there needs to be a
now.
class action that
Needs to be a
where
class
they all
action.
come together.
We're gonna keep our fingers crossed for our YouTube brethren and hope that everything works out for them. We're just going to make sure that everybody we're going to try to do what we can by getting the word out there. Whenever you see somebody post about their demonetization, make sure you share their post so that way it gets seen by everybody. The more people, YouTube's either going to hurt themselves or they're going to be a very minimalistic network.
Well, you see, here's the thing with YouTube right now is they have the mindset of Nintendo, which is we are too big to fail. And two, they have, and the owner has said this themselves, he intends on getting more AI
Yep.
work, and
the current CEO wants more AI
making
monetization.
He wants more AI monetization, but also he intends on making YouTube more of he intends on making it into a streaming service, like a TV
Right.
station, like Disney Plus and stuff. That's what he's trying to do, and right now, and the best, fastest way to do it is to kill who you have on there right now, and that is the content creators and the podcasters and stuff, because you can't become a TV channel if you have all of us on there.
Right. So, and that's something that since Susan was that they started enacting when Susan was CEO. So we're hoping that it doesn't happen. We're just gonna, we're gonna keep hoping for the YouTube brother, and hopefully, maybe one day, they'll change their mind. We keep on saying that about Nintendo, and Nintendo just recently lost another lawsuit regarding Pal World. So let's hope.
Things are kind of complicated for Nintendo right now.
Yeah, things are kind of
They
complicated.
have
for
been,
Nintendo.
yeah.
So we're just gonna hope that eventually YouTube pulls its head out of
Course
this
correct,
cluster
yeah.
and
Oh, so now you're the optimist looking.
no, I'm just I'm saying
just-
that
I'm just
they
kidding,
have
I'm
their
just
head
kidding.
where the sun don't shine right now,
I know.
and there
I
are a
know.
bunch of people out there who are going to be wishing that that they had someplace other than Twitter and a few of these other places, because right now YouTube is the only place that really has like where you can upload straight up
Exactly.
video content
And not
in this
only
form.
that, but you can do content like this that's not focused on political stuff or gaming, or you can do films, you can do entertainment venues, you can have games, a game night, a chill stream where you talk about serious topics. On those other on those other streaming platforms, it's either the people are there for either watching gaming, or they're there to listen to political commentary or other things. This is really the only platform that has a specific audience for the type of content that I want to produce. So.
Right. That's the way a lot of people feel, I mean, live
It
streams,
sucks, but
we can
it's
stream live almost anywhere, but we can't have videos up in certain places for longer than a month in certain places if you're not monetized, or if you don't have these certain
well,
things
and
going
just
on.
the audience itself. I
And
mean,
the audience itself.
there's such a huge audience on YouTube, and yeah, there's a huge amount of creators as well. But all it takes is for one video that people like, and you'll get a following.
Right. And so like, and for those people who are getting monetized or were monetized or getting demonetized on YouTube, when that video is still up and somebody watches it and they get demonetized, YouTube is still collecting the ad
Yeah.
revenue. There's ad revenue on my show right now, and I'm not even monetized.
At that point, you should just take your videos
Yeah.
and unlist them.
Yeah, and so like if it weren't for YouTube creators out there, there wouldn't be a reason for people like me and King to want to be here. And I know right now, particularly, we want to get King set up with his YouTube page at 50. Speaking of which, we're going to show King real quick. King a follow at his page. I'm gonna pop that into the chat real quick, because we need to get King up to 50 so that way he can stream to his end of for a live stream. Now we tried doing it a couple weeks ago and it wouldn't let him do it. So I'm assuming that's because YouTube wants to be about it. So we need to get him up to 50. His links in the chat. Please go and give King a follow, so that way when when he comes back with a new tech that we're going to try to make sure that he gets, that he gets his 50.
Yeah.
And yes, we are. I'm also on. We're also on Twitter at twitter.com/KJCowboyDan, where we do stream live, and also we're streaming live on Kick as well, Kick/KJCowboyDan as well there. So you'll be able to find us over there as well. And whoever the 2 new people that followed during the show, I really appreciate that over there on the Twitter side. We hit that 700 goal, and we are looking to hit 750. You know, I'm not gonna be looking for the big numbers. We're just looking for the small numbers. You know, make
baby
sure
steps, like
baby
in,
steps.
What about Bob?
Oh, just like in What About Bob? And so, once again, thank you very much. I have been KJ Cowboy Dan, and
Step right up. Lights on, mics hot. Where outlaws talk loud and kings don't whisper. Welcome to Cowboys and Kings. Yeah. Cowboys and Kings. On the floor, yeah, we're kicking it live. Crown in the room, you can feel that vibe. From the panels to the pixels, every story gets told. If it's hot in the culture, then we breaking the mold. From the cinema to the comic books, we put the games on blast. The bass will get wild, yeah, they never go past. We call it how it is, no in between. Turn it up, let the speakers swing. Got the crew pulling up, let them all step in. Every guest got a voice, the comments in chat will fly. Step up and be a king. When the mics go live, hear the Cowboys sing. Cowboys and Kings. Yeah, we run this show from the page to the stage to the screens, you know. Hot takes it with a rebel swing. It's a Cowboys grit and a King's gold ring. Cowboys and Kings. Let the whole world hear as we break it all down, keeping it loud and clear. Bring more than talk when y'all step in the ring. When you come to the battle royale, you better bring your thing. Welcome to the show, Cowboys and Kings. Yeah, King style, clean with the sharp cut look. The feline of finesse, the Jaguar dripping luxury, bow tie tight like a best-selling book. Calm in the storm, buddy, bring that fire. Every word hits clean. You know we gonna take it higher, gather y'all to the King's Court. Yeah, with stories untold. Grab your armor, grip your sword, represent the kingdom with pride. Cowboy Dan got that outlaw tone, rough edge truth and a voice well known. He's a head trapped in the jar, jokes and memes will set you free. Bruh, that perspective hit differently. The saloon serves them hard, the door swings wide. Outlaw stream, a 6-gun dreamer. Saddle up, let's ride. Laughs get loud and the takes get bold. Hard truths get dropped, some myths get sold. Spin that topic, let opinions clash. Some burn slow, some strike like a match. No script needed when the sparks ignite. Just real talk living in the spotlight. Cowboys and Kings. Yeah, we run this show from the page to the stage to the screens, you know. Hot takes hit with a rebel swing. It's a Cowboys grit and a King's gold ring. Cowboys and Kings. Let the whole world hear. We break it all down, keeping it loud and clear. Bring more than talk when y'all step in the ring. When you come to the battle royale, you better bring your thing. Welcome to the show, Cowboys and Kings. Lights get low, but the combo stays bright. Every fandom got a reason to fight. Heroes, villains, lines get thin. Sometimes the truth is where the gray walks in. Yeah. Panel to panel, yeah, we flip that page. From retro classics to the modern age. Reboots, remakes, who got it right? Who dropped the ball in that box office fight? Bruh, we call it straight, no filter here. From low budget gems to the blockbuster tier. One got the crown, one breaking the rules. Both dropping gems while we schooling fools. From comics to streams, yeah, we cover the field. Every hot take sharp like a blade unsealed. I guess step up to the mic to bring heat, to bring flames. They tell you a story when they step in the frame. Cowboys and Kings. Yeah, we run this show from the page to the stage to the screens, you know. Hot takes hit with a rebel swing. Under a cowboy's hat and a king's jewel crown. We gonna run this town. Cowboys and Kings. Yeah, we run this show from the page to to the stage, to the screens, you know. Hot takes it with a rebel swing. It's a Cowboys grit and a King's gold ring. Cowboys and Kings. Pull up a seat, join the conversation. Next round's on us.